Hey friends, meek is not weak. I think when we use that word, we typically think about weakness or like meek as a mouse, but that's not how Jesus used it when he taught the Beatitudes or other places where the Bible describes the word or uses the word weakness. We've been looking at the Beatitudes, Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5, 6, and 7. We're going to be in this section of the Bible for quite a while. You should, as much as you can, read Matthew 5, 6, and 7. This is the heart of Jesus' message, the revolution, as I called it a few videos ago. But we're going to read Matthew 5, 5. Meek is not weak, and then we're going to talk about this idea. Here's what 5, 5 says. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. And if you just think about that right there, how a mouse, right? Somebody that's like timid and a doormat is going to inherit the earth. I don't think that's what Jesus was saying. And here's why. He had a weird relationship with power, at least from my perspective and probably from yours. When he realized that he had all power in John 13, you should go read that. He didn't start blasting people or, you're gone and, flicking people away. He grabbed a towel and began to wash feet. Even the feet of the one, excuse me, even the feet of the one that he knew was going to betray him. See, meekness is using the power that you have and the power that I have for the benefit of those that have less power than we do. Right? And I'm not saying I've got a great amount or that you have a great amount, but it's using the influence that I have to benefit others. It's using the influence, the as Jesus would call the talents, the gifts, the abilities that you have to bless others. See, when children would run to Jesus, the disciples would be like, "Shoo, go away." And Jesus was like, "No, no, 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 no. Let the kids come." He valued them. He added value to them. When a centurion approached Jesus to heal a servant, right? A centurion was the enemy, basically. That's the way that the other Jewish people would have looked at him. Jesus, he didn't try to say, "I'm not here for you." He understood leadership. He said, "He's healed. We're taking care of it." And the centurion looked at Jesus and he didn't question Jesus. He goes, "Yep, I get leadership. I get how this works. And so you're right, Jesus, you don't need to come. I'm trusting that what you said is what's going to happen." And it says that Jesus was amazed at this guy's faith because he understood how this kind of thing worked, that Jesus was using his power to help him, not just to bless himself. Jesus touched people that no one else would touch. He healed people that no one else would speak to. He spoke with people that no one else would look at. And he stood up for the outcasts. He called down the self-righteous, right? He called down those who were trying to use their power for themselves when they were doing it in God's name. Jesus, he just used his power for others. That's what meekness is. See, meek isn't weak. It's knowing that you have power, but not having to have other people know that you have power. See, Jesus says that these are the people who can be trusted with more power. Those that have to prove their power, they're too busy trying to prove to everybody that they have it and that everybody should worship them. And Jesus said, no, if you have a measure of power, small, big, in the middle, those that will inherit the earth, those that know how to wield it correctly, are those that use that little to huge amount of power and influence for others. Those are the meek, and those are the ones that he can entrust with more. Meekness isn't weakness. It's knowing you have, but not making others have to know that you have. Have a beautiful day.